Good day, everyone. Thank you for being today here with Pro-Quality Community. My name is Alena, and I'll be your host on this great event today. And today's topic is directly related to the hot AI trend. And we are not just going to hear about how cool GitHub Copilot is. I think you already heard that many times. Instead, our speaker will provide you a real-time live demonstration of creating a working automated test case. If you ask me, this is the type of events we need the most when talking about adopting AI and basically any practical tasks. So please feel free to ask any questions via our YouTube chat, and we'll pick them up in the Q&A session a little bit later towards the end of the demonstration. And my pleasure is to present Maxime, a person with quite extensive experience in testing, also a mentor, a trainer, a resource manager. Hi, Maxime.
Hello, colleagues.
Hello. So, Maxime, I will not ask you why this topic is so important. It's pretty much obvious, right? But could you please share with us your experience, maybe your story? How did you start using Copilot? For example, was it your own personal experience or your initiative at first? And how hard it was to get the first functional result?
Well, so thank you, Alena. Hello, everyone, once again. So speaking about my experience with Copilot and AI system technologies at all, I have to say that at the first time, I have been a bit skeptic about this AI technology. So just recall how ChatGPT works. So it was a kind of toy. Of course, you can type something and get some funny answer. You can create some funny picture, but it was looked like sorry, it was looked like just a funny story. But time to time, I saw some video. I saw from some people how they work with the assistive technology, how they are using the ChatGPT for coding assistant, and step by step, I completely changed my mind. So, and at the moment, I suppose that the AI is very powerful tool for everyone who works with code. And I'll try to show you how you can do it in a very simple example.
Maxime, and before we proceed, once again, how long was the path between starting to using Copilot and the
About
first really
about a
satisfying
year.
result? A year.
So it was about a year. So I
So
started to look at that less or more carefully, and after about I would say after about a year, I became a fan of this technology. But to be honest, nobody have to go to my way completely. So you can start it right now. I'm absolutely sure that it will be helpful for all of engineers, for all of technicians who are working with the code and who are working in IT, information technology at all.
okay, so let's try to kind of squeeze this whole year into 1 hour of our presentation. And Maxime, the floor is yours. Please go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, Elena. Well, so maybe a couple of words about me. So I'm working in software testing since 2000, joined TPAM in 2017. As Alena said, I'm mentor, trainer, resource manager, software testing team leader with a strong focus on mobile test automation. So let's go to our topics. So what I'll talking about today. So first of all, I'll provide you with a few facts about AI that you have to keep in mind when you are working with. Then I'll present you a main part of our webinar. It's a live demo, live coding session. After that, I'll get some conclusion about usage conditions, limitation, and other stuff. And finally, we will have, as usual, we will have a Q&A session. Okay, let's go. First of all, what is GitHub Copilot? So it's a kind of AI software development assistant developed by Microsoft and provided by GitHub. So it's a very deeply integrated into GitHub ecosystem, of course. Copilot distributes in as a set of plugins for several IDEs. For IDEA, Microsoft Visual Studio Code. Maybe there are some plugins for other kind of IDEs, but I have experience only with this 3.1. Copilot supports most of popular programming languages like Java, JavaScript, Python. I guess there are some other supported languages, but personally, me have have experience with only 3.1s. But it's as far as I understand, it's most popular languages, I would say. And one important thing, so the installation process is pretty simple. You can go to the GitHub page of Copilot project, read the document and follow it, and you'll get a working installation of GitHub Copilot, maybe in 20 minutes, not more. So I'll not show you this process, and I'll concentrate on the coding examples itself. Okay, so several important things that you have to keep in mind when you are working with Copilot. First of all, Copilot is based on a large language model. So it's a probabilistic tool. It means that your results, in case you will try to reproduce my steps that I'll show you, your results may vary from mine. The second thing, the same prompt may result a different answer each time being used. So trying to use the same prompt twice, it's very probably that you will have different answers. Performance of Copilot depends on a myriad of many factors. So the most important, of course, your connectivity speed and current load of Copilot servers. So in best case, it may be less than a second. In worst case, it may be a couple of dozen seconds. And most important things, I would say set of things. Copilot is just a helper tools. It's not a silver bullet. It's not a remedy for all cases. It may make mistakes. Very important thing, you need to review very carefully, review all suggestions, all answers from Copilot. It may be deceiving you for various reasons. So all of us, I hope, have heard about the hallucination of AI tools. You have to remember that Copilot can't invent nothing. It only follows your instructions. It cannot do something that you don't know about, I would say. And maybe the most important thing, the result of using Copilot, it's your responsibility. You can't say, oh, it's a suggestion from Copilot, I'm not in charge of the results. No, you will in charge of all the things that your Copilot code will do for us, for you, or in case of any failures. So, and finally, I would say working with Copilot, you haven't thinking about it as about a person or about a mind. It's only a mechanical tool. It's a kind of very, very smart screwdriver, not more. It's not a person and not a mind. Well, so let's go to the main part, live demo. So I'm going to switch to switch to my IDE. So let me share it. May take some time. Okay. I hope all of you can see my IDE. So what I'm going to show you today, I'll suggest you this pretty simple but pretty useful example. I will trying to create a simple login test for standard web UI login form. I will use a pretty well-known technologies like a page object model, behavior-driven development approach, and Gherkin scripts. So also I will use a Java, and I'll use a pretty well-known Java stack. It's a JUnit as a runner. It's a Maven for building, and it's a Cucumber as a BDD framework. Okay, so let's start. Copilot has a yes, of course. As I said in the beginning of our presentation, I already have a installed and tuned Copilot Copilot instance. Copilot has a several mode of working, and maybe most important, most popular of them is intellectual code completion and live chat. So I'll start from code completion. So here is a bit prepared project with several templates for our goals. It's you can see the login form for page object, step definition, and login feature, but they are completely empty. No any code. So let's start from Maven POM file. Here you see the very initial content of Maven, and I'm going to just to add something that I need. What can I do just to start using of Copilot? I have to tap something. Just type into the your editor page. I tap and I'll I'm waiting for any suggestion. I have no anything. So if you don't see anything, you need to do something. So I'll try to tap once again. Okay, I see some suggestion. It suggests me to add dependency for Selenium. Okay, I'm going to use Selenium and I'll accept these suggestions. So in this mode, accept or refuse or walking through different suggestions are doing from, okay, I'll accept it. So all operations with suggestion are doing through the hotkeys. So it's hotkeys specific for operating system. I'll using mine for macOS, and you need to consult with the documentation about which kind of hotkeys you need for your operating system. Okay, so we have I accept this suggestion, and I see a lot of errors. What's wrong? I can simply type once again in hope to get. Okay, I got another suggestion to close dependency, and they can see that the only one error, it's a version. So you need to check version by yourself going to Maven, because what Copilot suggests you, it's absolutely unpredictable thing. So this thing should be checked manually. Okay, I'll try to check it. Let me consult with my preparation script. Of course, I have it. Okay, Selenium. It should be something 4 and higher. Ultra, yeah, okay. 421. Accept it, review it. I said you have to review each suggestion. Okay, we have the first dependency. Maybe we can get something else. I type once again. Nothing. Type once again. Okay, testng. I'm not going to use testng. I'm going to use JUnit. So I'll try to walk through suggestions. But it seems I have. But it seems Copilot have no anything for me. And okay, I can try once again. Testng. Well, so it seems this mode have no any profit for us, for me. And I'll try another one, Copilot chat. Okay, this is a Copilot chat. It looks pretty similar, well-known ChatGPT. We can type something and get some answer, but the answer will be more specific for programming. So we will get some explanation and some code examples. Okay, I refuse this suggestion that I no need in, and I go to my script. Of course, I prepared for this session, and of course, I prepared a lot of prompts. I already have Selenium, and because I'm going to use Cucumber, I'll ask Copilot to provide me with a Cucumber dependency. As you can see, the Copilot suggests not only the programming language itself, like a Java, it suggests Maven notation, it suggests a JSON, HTML, and dozens of languages, syntax, and so on. Well, so I've got an answer from Copilot. What we can say, first of all, it's a short explanation what Copilot did for you. Then it will encode. In our case, it's a Maven dependencies for Cucumber. And after that, okay, so after that, it's a very short, in this case, it's a very short explanation what we how we can use the code that Copilot suggests us with. So in this case, it just suggests us just to add to the Maven. Okay, we can do it. So very important thing. When you will have some suggestion from code in this window, you will you have the only to copy only the whole part of code. It's very hard just to get some specific part of this code. So try to use all of them. Well, I can copy code block in the wall and then insert it somewhere in my code, or I can put my cursor when I would like, and after that put the code there. So you have to remember that Copilot can do nothing in your project. You can type nothing for you, so you need to do it on yourself. Okay, I review the answer. Looks good. So, but I only need these dependencies. I'll try to copy only the dependency, but I'm not sure in the result. Try to copy and insert. Yeah, it copied the whole block. So now I need to edit it a bit, remove dependencies, because I don't need this tag. Remove the closing dependencies because I already have it. Okay, looks good, but the problem, some problem with the version. Don't know why, because it looks correct. 7, 7, and 1. Okay, I'm agree, it doesn't matter. So I'll correct it here as well. 7. Okay, 7, 13. Oops, sorry. Well, it doesn't matter in our case, but as I said, you need to do it on yourself. Okay, now we have a selenium in our dependencies. We have a cucumber. Okay. So I think it's we can add another one thing. We can add something to dependencies as well, but let's go to the next step. Because I'm going to create a web UI test, it would be very practical to use the page object. So I'll ask Copilot to create page object for standard login form that consists of login input field, password input field, and submit button. And let's see that it will do for us. As you can see, it can take some time. Well, as usual, explanation what Copilot will do, then some code for us, and some explanation how we can use it. Okay, no, but anyway, we need to insert this code in our page object class. Okay, let's inspect WebDriver, login form, locators for username, password and submit, driver initialization, and method enter credentials and submit. And what it will do, web element password, find, clear input. Not very good, because I would like to have the finding of elements itself somewhere in the page object, not in the method. So I'll ask Copilot to refactor a bit, to refactor this page object a bit. Of course, I have a predefined prompt. So I will ask Copilot to create a page object initialization in the constructor. I would like to have a lazy init for page object. And I would like to add a base URL for our site, some kind of getter and setter. So what we can see here. Okay, yeah, we have a login form extends base page. Okay, but we have no base page. Vulnerability, hard-coded credentials. Yes, it's a vulnerability itself. Well, okay. Copilot suggests us to have a base page, but for some reasons he don't suggest us with a base page. So I'll ask him create a base page parent class for this login form. In the previous session, when I tried to prepare for this demo, he created base page by his own, without any additional suggestion. As I said, each time the same prompts results in a different suggestions. Okay, so now we have a base page with a kind of initialization. And no, it's a bad base page because I would like to have a locator in the base page. So I need to ask Copilot move web elements into base page. So this time it takes a bit more efforts than on the preparation session. But it's a pretty usual story. Okay. So I see. Okay, let's review this variant. So base page with a URL for a site we will test. All the web elements, initialization, and getter. Okay, so and in the class itself, we can see. Why do you use the locator? Oh, it seems we have to edit it by ourselves. Okay, let's try to use the suggestions. First of all, I need to create a new class base page. Remove all the unnecessary code, go to the suggestion of Copilot and apply the suggestions. So try to rebuild it. Okay, after rebuilding, it looks like okay. Well, now go to the login form, remove unnecessary code, go to the Copilot suggestion, and apply it. Okay, so what we can see, find element, web driver, okay. Maybe we need to add something. Yeah. Well, so we can see that there are some errors in Copilot suggestion. So what Copilot can do for us? The Copilot has some predefined options, some predefined commands. You can see that here. So particularly, it has an option for fix. So I'll use it. Copilot will analyze errors and it have to suggest me with some okay. Find out several problems. Let's go to try to explore login from a base page before, after. To be honest, I don't see any important differences. well, just explore it carefully. To be honest, it suggests us to add import. Yeah, it's reasonable. And after it suggests us to add the find element. To move find element, yeah. That's the thing I asked him to do, but it did not fully. And it is the completely fixed version of login form. I wouldn't say that it's a completely fixed, because we can see that the locators in the login form, not in the base page. Okay. Try to change it. Well, we definitely no need in this one, and we just remove it because we already have it in the our base page. Yeah. And we need to remove it, these three ones, to base page according to the suggestion. To be honest, I don't know why it don't do it for us. Because in fact we have to have it. Oh no, I'm wrong. Of course we need to have it here. Of course we have it in our page rope. Okay, so we can follow the simplest way. We can just remove all the things as before and try to use the suggestion from Copilot. Well, now it looks working. So we can do it on ourselves. We can inspect it carefully and trying to do manually, or we can just use the suggestion from Copilot. Anyway, it's your responsibility and it's your choice which way you will follow. Well, so let's see. Enter credentials, string username, string password, clear, send keys, and submit button. Looks good. Looks good. And the next step, to create a cucumber scenario for our test. First of all, I go to the feature file and I'll ask Copilot to suggest me with a scenario for simple test for login form that it created for us before. Well, so you can see that now the time to create suggestion has been decreased. Oh, sorry, increased, of course. Well, so in this case, we can see the much more better results because Copilot suggests us with a cucumber scenario and with some kind of test step implementations without any additional requirements. So login feature, as a user, I want to be able to log in so that I can account. I'm on login page, I enter valid credentials. Too many steps for me. Enter credentials, click the submit button. So just I would like to ask to rewrite scenario to have a single step for credential input. Too many steps, as for me. And we already have a page object method for entering credentials, including submitting them to the site. So let's see how Copilot refactor it. Well, I'm on the login page, I enter valid credentials and submit. Looks good for me. And appropriate code. Okay, let's look more carefully at the step implementation. Of course, we can see some drawbacks. First of all, we can see that the initialization of the driver is inside the first step. And we can see that, in fact, the check of redirecting to site we would like to go to is empty. And to be honest, the driver quit, I'm not sure that's a suitable place for this instruction. Anyway, we will need to refactor this implementation, but at the moment we can use it. So scenario itself looks good, so I'll use it. I'm in login future file, and I'll accept it. So as we can see, we have no implementation right now. Then I go to the step definition, remove unnecessary code, and I'll accept this version, but I'm going to improve it a bit in the nearest future. Well, okay, so we can see some errors. Okay, let's go to the login feature file. Yeah, we see that it find out implementation steps. So, okay, what's wrong? Public class. Okay, I can answer what's wrong without Copilot, and I hope most of us you can do it on yourself. But let's ask Copilot to fix the problem as we did before. Use the predefined command, and what it will answer. Okay, missing package statement. Okay, pro quality. Login steps. I have to say that answer is wrong because it's obviously the class should have named step definitions. Okay, let's try step. Oh, it suggests us to fix it. Oh no, all the things are wrong. Public class step definitions, but we need, yeah. Oh no. Okay, let's try to add package. Add package. So I'll do it manually. Package com for quality. Okay, looks good. At least no formal errors. Well, okay, guys. Unfortunately, we have no enough time in the frame of this presentation to completely show you the whole way of working with Copilot using the to get the whole code that is suitable for running. So I did it before, of course, in the process of preparation. So you can see that it can take some time, and but the common rules are you need to create as much the prompt as much more comprehensive and with all details that you need to provide to create an appropriate code. So as the Copilot can suggest you some variants, but you have to understand very clearly what are you going to do. So as I said in the beginning, Copilot can't invent nothing. It just helps you to do your works. Well, so following this way, we could add we could improve the step definitions. We could add a real we have to add real locators into this template because, of course, Copilot have no access to the internet. It can't scan this website. I would like to test. You have to do it by yourself. Okay, so let me check out the prepared. Okay, first check out. This is the whole code prepared by this way using Copilot, and so, for example, you can see here the improved page object with a real real locator. So let's show me how it works. So I'll run test runner that also have been done with Copilot Assistant. So, but it looks like very very usual, very regular. So of course I could add the modern way to run it, but I'll just run it because it's pretty simple. Unfortunately, it will launch browser in another display. Okay, but anyway, we can see that test is passed. So, and by the way, as I said, we need to add a check for real check. And you can see that it's here. This is a checking that we are on the home page we have login to. Okay, let's sit with a live demo. So let me switch back to our presentation, and I have to say a couple of words about how we can use and for what we can use the Copilot. So, as I said, it's not a silver bullet. Not all tasks are. So some of tasks are more suitable for using Copilot. Some of them maybe not very suitable. But this is a pretty standard set of tasks that can be done with the AI assistant. So first of all, it's a fast prototyping. So you have some idea, maybe you have no clear vision. You just go. you are going to implement, you're trying to implement your prototype using Copilot with some suggestion. You can check a different variants. Some of them will work, something not. Another useful things, it's method templates. If you need to create some support method in the same way, you can have the overall idea of how it will work, but you do not remember exact syntax of the method you need. So, for example, it's very useful way to create a regular expression, because the syntax of regular expression is pretty complicated. So no, not all of us can remember it all the time. So sometimes we can forget something, but Copilot can assist us in this way. A very important thing, explain and clear code fragments. So if you are working with a legacy code, so you see something that you can't understand, you can ask Copilot, please explain me what is it. In most cases, it gives a valuable explanation. Helper function, pretty simple with method templates. It's some data format conversion, a regular expression, as I said, and something like that. And another one thing, we can try to learn something new, some new libraries, new techniques, new approaches. You can know something about a tool you are going to explain, but you don't know all the details, and you can ask Copilot to explain you how it works. So it's also a very useful way. Well, so several words about usage conditions. First of all, when you will set up your Copilot, you need to do some settings. First of all, you need to enable or disable usage of the code examples from the public repositories. So it depends on your project specific. Using Copilot and any AI assistant, we need to follow EPAM rules strictly. So you need to clarify this account and client the possibility and conditions of AI assistant usage. So it's a mandatory requirement. And of course, I suppose that we need to, with all of people who works with code, should have ability to use the AI assistants, because nowadays it's absolutely necessary tool. So by the way, EPAM owns and distributes the old solution LTR. It's pretty similar to Copilot. So, and each EPAMers has absolutely free access to this tool. Well, and last words about subscription plans. So Copilot have no the free plans, only free trial periods for a month, and it has an individual plan for very affordable prices, with some limited set of options that I'm using for this demonstration. And it has a business and enterprise plans with an extended set of options, like a code review, log audit. So this is very useful as for me. And so most very important, on the individual plan it has telemetry, on the business enterprise no. Okay, colleagues, I think that's it from my side for today, and you can ask a question. I'll try to answer.
Yeah, Maxime, thank you so much for this interesting presentation, which shows the real path and real pros and cons of anyone who wants to use Copilot in his everyday activities. And that's really useful, and will assure people that, well, if they encounter such things, that's the way it is, and that's fine. So I hope we'll have more events at this level of detail to show examples of adopting AI in real life tasks. And dear listeners, if you enjoyed the talk, please scan the QR code here that you see on your screen to rate our event and give Maxime a badge for all the knowledge that he has shared with you. And now we are starting the Q&A session. And if you haven't sent us your question yet but wanted to do so, that's a sign to do it right now so that we can manage to ask that. Okay, now let's see what questions do we have. So let's start with the first one. Okay, in IDE with JetBrains AI, there is a special button in the commit window. So with one click, I can generate a descriptive message for my commit. I didn't figure out how to do this in Copilot. Maxime, maybe you have an idea?
I'm sorry, but it seems that this question I can't answer to because, first of all, I have no experience with JetBrain AI itself. Maybe I have to do it in the future. So subsequently, I don't know how to do it with JetBrains AI, and to be honest, I don't try Copilot for that because, as for me, I prefer to write all the words that intended to be read by by humans. I prefer to do on myself without suggestion of AI. At least if we are talking about message for commit. So as for me, it's much more easy to do by myself. So sorry, this answer, this question I can't answer.
Okay, no problem. Let's switch to the next one. How to generate commit messages in GitHub Copilot.
As I can see, it's a very painful point. So as I said, I prefer to do commit messages by my own. So I don't try this possibility, but I'm pretty sure that you will ask Copilot, please do the message for this commit. I hope it will do it for you, and maybe I'll try to do it. But I'm not trust the AI assistant for 100 persons. And as I said, so the messages it's a kind of communications to people. So in this case, I prefer to do it by myself. But it's my own approach.
Okay, also valid point. GitHub Copilot is just a tool, and everybody uses its own view. Okay. In order to use Copilot on the project, do we need consent from customer?
As far as I understand EPAM rules, yes, you must to get this consent in the written form.
I would say
avoid any unpleasant situation. Let's say.
I would say it applies to any kind of project because, well, customer needs to be 100% aware that AI is used in the project, well, at least for the ethics and my strict.
I can suggest some kind of compromise. So you can discuss this question with your account manager. So maybe account manager maybe it will grant you this permission to use it, but at least you need to discuss it firstly with account manager. But in the most cases, as far as I know, the customer consent is absolutely mandatory thing.
Yeah, totally agree. It should be discussed anyway. Okay, let's go to the next question. So what do we have? Have you calculated the effectiveness of using Copilot for cases similar to those in the live session? Perhaps a general AQA could perform this task faster and more cost efficiently.
Okay. I can give you my some estimation for one of example I did by myself. It's a regular expression, as I said in the presentation. So I'm pretty often use the Copilot or sometimes ChatGPT to design the expression, regular expression. In my experience, the speed up can be several times, 4 or 6, something like that. I at our current project, we are in the process of estimation of effectiveness of implementation of AI assistant, but I have no any numbers till now because we are in the process. And anyway, it's a project asset, it's a project property, so I'm not sure that I can sound them. But I'm familiar with some overall estimation that have been done inside EPAM for different for some implementations of Elitair that are pretty similar to Copilot. And as far as I know, so the speed up of any QA-related process may be estimated as between 15 and 50%. So in this frame, 15 and 50%.
It depends.
Yeah, it strongly depends of tasks, of a project, of a lot of things. So, but the overall numbers looks as I said.
Okay, and I would also assume that it's always more effective to do combined work.
Yeah,
Like not to ask everything for Copilot to do instead of you, but like switch and adapt to the situation, and that might speed up also. Okay, I think we have answered this one. Let's switch to the next one. How to connect data sources to generate SQL and ask questions about our database scheme.
Sorry, I have no experience exactly with generated SQL queries, but in my experience, because the SQL query is a kind of coded as others, so I don't see any specific troubles in attempts to use Copilot or any other AI assistants in this task. But please remember that it can only give you some advices. So Copilot can't generate. It can generate SQL queries, of course, by your description, by your prompt, but it can't connect you to the proper source. You can design a prompt that with a question, how can I connect to somewhere, and then Copilot give you some suggestions, but you need to revise the suggestion and decide is it suitable for you or not. And of course, you need to try. Will it work or not? So Copilot has no connection to the real world, to the internet.
Okay, thank you. Let's see the next one.
Well, how does Copilot
differ from other AI-powered coding assistants?
So Copilot was one of the first of them, and as for me, the most convenient interface of Copilot is chat. But maybe it's because of it's pretty similar to ChatGPT, to well-known ChatGPT. So as for me, the main differences maybe in the backend LLM. But to be honest, I didn't do any investigation, any comparison of Copilot with ours. Maybe with Alita, that is former Elitair. So Alita is not so convenient, I would say. But from the point of view of correctness of answers or time to response, it's pretty similar, I would say. So, but user at the moment, in my understanding, the main difference is a kind of user experience, but it depends on a certain person. Somebody like one way to do, other like other ways. So you need to try by your own what is most preferable for you.
Okay. Okay. And there should be quite a lot of different tools nowadays because since the topic is quite hot, I assume many tools appear almost every day, let's say. But anyway, the GitHub Copilot AI is one of the most popular ones with all its pros and cons. Okay. So, dear listeners, we are out of time. And I would like to thank you a lot for your activity, for all your questions. And that's really nice to hear that this topic is so important to you. And you asked really interesting and complicated questions. So, and Maxime, once again, thank you for sharing your valuable experience. And that was very useful. I think listeners will agree with me. And again, dear listeners, thank you for supporting this event. Stay tuned, join ProQuality community social networks, and may your test always be flawless. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Thank you, Alona. Thank you, colleagues, for your attention. Have a
Thank
nice
you.
day.
Have a nice day. Bye bye.
Bye bye.